Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jet Dustbury, he's the Maltese Falcon. And this is the Andertons Synth Keys and Tech Channel entry-level piano buying guide. In the following video, I'm going to talk through the 3 most popular pianos here at Andertons for people that are buying their first digital piano. They are the Roland FP10, the Yamaha P125, and the Casio PXS 1100. Let's start with the Casio first. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the boring stuff. 18 voices, Bluetooth, MIDI and audio, which is very unique, can run on batteries and can also record audio to a USB stick. The most modern out of the 3, definitely visually, but you'll probably have to buy a bunch of microfiber cloths to keep this one clean. The P125 from Yamaha, it's got 3 different keyboard modes, whole, dual and twin. They're useful if you've got someone that's going to be teaching you piano, or maybe you want to do a duet. Essentially that splits the keyboard in half and they're the same pitch either side. You don't have that weird thing where you have to swap seats all the time. 196 note polyphony, so that means you can play the keyboard twice over with the pedal down and still not lose any notes. 24 different voices in this one, but only a USB hoster connection, which means you can use it for triggering sounds in your computer. The Roland FP10, there's 3 different keyboard modes, same as the P125 with the whole, dual and twin. 96 voice polyphony, you're not missing out, that's still plenty enough. 4 piano tones, 2 electric piano ones, and 9 other tones, including, most importantly, jazz scat. This one does MIDI over Bluetooth as well, which is handy for using apps on your computer or on your iPad, such things like that. Here is the first sound in the PXS 1100. I'm going to do some whittling in the key of D. Now, the feel of this keyboard, it's got the faux ivory kind of striations to the key. It's fully weighted, so that means you've got heavier keys at the bottom, lighter at the top, like you would do on an acoustic piano. One thing you'll find if you Google about the Casio pianos and you get into forums and such like that, you might find a community of people that are big naysayers on this one, right? There's a lot of people say there's an inaccuracy with the keyboard in there. I really don't feel it, and hopefully you can hear that it sounds really nice, right? It's got a nice selection of sounds. The big plus point for this, I think, is the aesthetic. If you're after a sleek, modern-looking keyboard, it's a really big decision if you're buying your first keyboard. You want to buy something that you like the look of. I would implore you to trust your gut on that. If it doesn't look appetizing, you're not going to want to play with it, right? So if you like the look of this, go with it. There's nothing to hold back. I also like the sleekness without the buttons. Like I said, you might have to clean it a lot if you're always touching it, but you're going to spend most of your time here in the piano sound. Now let's listen to a few of the other sounds. You hold this down and you get other sounds. Got an electric piano there. I can hear it, makes a little noise. Just a few more. Got an organ there. You could even push doing a gig on this, I reckon. You got all your basic food groups of sounds in there. But again, if you're learning, it's super thin. It can be powered off batteries. You've got that MIDI and audio over USB, which if you're technically minded or you want to use the companion app that comes with it, that's really cool. Not going to spend too much. We've done individual videos on these. But yeah, definitely the person that maybe has a modern decor around them, likes the sleek look of it, maybe wants to go out and gig in the future. I'm a big believer in Casio. They've done a massive turnaround in the last 5 or so years, and they're not to be sniffed at. Let's go. Cool, right? It sounds really bright and full to me. Yamaha always has that bright, present, full sound in its electric pianos. And one thing that I want to make you aware of, if you're not already aware of it, is that Yamaha make the real pianos. They make real upright grand pianos that are used and have been used on tons of hit records for time immemorial. And so if that sound appeals to you, go with that. That's a really important thing. Casio sample specific other brands of acoustic pianos, and Roland kind of make a composite of all these things to make their own secret special sauce. But Yamaha make these things in real life. About the touch of it, again, all of these are graded weighted hammer actions, but this one's kind of done away with the faux ivory feel. But by no means does that count against it. I quite like it. I think it gives it a crisp kind of, it's a crisp, clean feeling when I'm playing it. Nothing more than that. Let's have a listen to the electric piano in here. Bit of organ. There's a maturity to the sound set in this one. Also, it's got a hoofing ton of polyphony in there. Now, what's polyphony? Polyphony is how many notes can be playing at one time. So if you're doing a lot of pedal down passages, so I'll keep the pedal on and we'll get this going. Here they're all ringing out. You're never going to even touch the sides with this thing. So that is why polyphony is a big deal. Just want to mention that it's definitely the biggest boy out of the three we got here. But with that, you get more powerful speakers. It fills the room more and imitates that feeling of being at maybe an acoustic upright piano, because they're really loud in real life if you haven't sat at one. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what this thing sounds like. Roland FP10, this is the very first piano sound that comes out the gate. Let's have a fiddle around. Now, I like the feel of this keyboard the best. Not gonna lie. I also like the fact that I can see the sounds over here. It's nicely labeled, so I can go, oh, I fancy maybe piano 3 instead. Or piano 2. Piano 4. Here a bit brighter. Hey. Now, electric pianos, I love that I can see this. And it's got the most important sound of all time, which is... Yeah. Jazz Scat. How much fun, right? Also, it does MIDI over Bluetooth, so it connects to their Roland Piano Partner app. And that means you can do lots of ear training games and such like that. They put a lot of time and effort into these apps. They aren't a just cursory thing they throw in. They've been at it now for years, so check out that. That might appeal to you. What I like as well is the keys have the most immersive feel of a actual acoustic piano. So the ivory feel to this, I think, feels the most realistic. I like the yellowed key approach. I like the form factor. It's zero faff. It's quite modest in its appearance. I dig it. I dig the FP10. Thanks so much if you watched this video and you stuck the whole way through. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing. If you don't, let us know. Turns out about 70% of the people that watch the videos aren't subscribed. So if you can give it a like and a subscribe, that would be great. Because we can start giving you more stuff you want to watch. I'm going to play us out with a bit of Jazz Scat. If you've ever been on the Eurostar, you might know this one. Thanks so much for hanging around.